All right, and we are live. Hey, everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Thought I would sit down on a Halloween. Wish everyone a happy Halloween. I'm going to sit down, do a Q&A for you guys. I don't know how long I'm going to run this one. Let's let this one run a while. I'm going to work on some of my other posts. I'm going to work on some of my other social media, but I'm mostly caught up. I'm going to have to spend the weekend, though, doing a lot of client stuff. But I'm mostly caught up. I do have a consultation probably early this evening. But until then, I have nothing else pressing. I've got most of my food in. I can eat the rest later. I thought, let me just sit down last day of the month here on a holiday and just run a Q&A for a while. I'm actually curious what will happen if I just run a long one, and see what happens just in an afternoon, like on a Friday afternoon, right? Especially because a lot of the UK people are already off work at the evening there. Alejandro, I appreciate that like, man. Also, because looking at it, any super chats, now that I did the math, looking at stuff, this might be the most profitable YouTube month I've had this entire year. So, what the heck? Let's get in because I've got that other consultation later. I'm like, well, let me just get in and get this done and see what happens. I actually want to see what happens on the views if I run a really long live stream in the afternoon, if it doesn't disconnect me. I actually am curious to see what will happen, right? So, appreciate that like, though, guys. Appreciate it a lot. Thank you so much. Definitely those comments early on. I'm going to put up a community tab post also. And put up a community tab. And I actually want to see if without putting a title, I can just Q&A for my people and engage everybody without any sort of clickbait in the afternoon and just chilling here for a long time while even doing other posts if I need to. And just getting that busy work done. And I'm actually curious if it will get a lot of views. I just want to do it as an experiment. I want to see what happens. I've speculated it would do pretty good. All right, so I'm going to tag this in it, let everybody know in case it's not hitting people's notifications. There we go. Oh, man, happy Halloween. What's up, Ted? Hey, what's going on, Stravos? Happy Halloween, Lars. Man, this is picking up quick. I wanted to run a really long one and see what happens in the afternoon. Long-time viewer, first-time commenter. How you doing, Edward? Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween to you, Defiant Trill. Ted, I will get you a new sheet tomorrow. I know we just finished your dynamic effort. I'll get you a new sheet. I got to get your vlog up. Man, I got to get 3 guys vlogs this weekend. We'll get on top of it. What makes you so curious what happened? You've been studying. Yeah, I've been studying algo stuff. I'm just going to see what happens. I'm just going to see what happens. But I'm going to get in here and answer questions, guys. You got a Spartan costume, Edward. Nice. Good stuff, bro. That looks very similar to one that I have and wore at that charity event. Jason, will you give my short history? What? I don't know. I don't know what that means. Your short history doc. I don't know what your short history doc is. Oh, your Spartan thing. Maybe. So send me a separate link for your history class. Send it on social media through there because I'm going to lose this later. I'm not going to be able to see it. I'll check it out later, though. Anybody going to rock a costume? I'm going to be stone cold. There you go. Happy to catch a string. Longtime fan. There we go. Getting a lot of likes and views. Man, this is this is a good time slot. Scared the crap out of a lot of kids coming to my house. Nice, Lark. Oh, that's right. It's evening already. You're like 7 hours ahead. You're way up ahead. So I'm like, yeah, man, this is a good time. Let me get in here now and just get this flowing. Definitely tell everybody what. Yeah. Let me get a sip of my water here. I think I'm going to do this one like my coffee chats, though, and get in and make some other posts while I'm in here back and forth and just get it flowing. That's a lot of likes this early, though. Living in the future, Coach. That's right. You've built a time machine. You're way up ahead. Over there in those other time zones over across the pond. Real sips today, right? You can watch it. So here's the thing, man. I can't fake the sips, dude. Look, I have a measured glass for you guys. Like if I tried to fake the sips, I will get busted. This forces me to be authentic. And I think people appreciate authenticity. Happy Halloween. Are you giving out candies? No, I'm not going to be giving out candies, guys. I can't risk having junk food in my house right now. I'm going to skip on that. I heard Bagpuss. Hey, dude, we don't talk about Bagpuss. Dude, Bagpuss is a law-abiding citizen. Bagpuss never breaks the law. And his lawyer confirmed that. Right? Bagpuss, yeah. Right? Bagpuss got a good lawyer. No, Bagpuss, man, dude, we're not snitching on you, bro. No, he's not snitching. I'm letting him know, man. You got to be careful with that. Don't be letting Bagpuss see your real name and you talking about, snitching on him like that. Yeah, the fake SIP investigator. Please don't tell Bagpuss it was me. Yeah, no, dude, he wasn't snitching, Bagpuss. It's all good now. No. We know that you've never broken the law. How important is honesty as a virtue? I would say that it is. At least as far as keeping your word. Look, you can clown people. You can have fun BSing people with with your fishing stories and whatever. That's not the same thing. So when we talk about honesty as a virtue for a man, like you're allowed to clown people and troll people and you know what I mean? Like your fishing stories and BS stories, all men do that. In fact, the older generation did, right? They all did. Now, that being said, we talk about keeping your word. If you make a promise to somebody, now that's a big deal. It is important. Like if you make a promise of some type, that's a big deal. Do you think a great leader is required to lie for the benefit of those he leads? Oftentimes that's the case. As far as that goes, yes. I'm fully aware that I get accused of stuff that's not true, but it actually is most of it. So that's what's hilarious. Other than my trolling incident, obviously the fake Merc thing wasn't, and it was intended to be satire, and people didn't understand that. And it's too late to do anything about it now, even though I apologize for it later. That's satire. There's a difference between that and breaking your promises. So generally speaking, when I have given promises to people, I have gone through great lengths to keep those promises. Towing the line between being a great leader and a virtuous person has to be rough. I would say that would be one of the most difficult things for a man to do in terms of something like that. When you're talking about an actual leader, yeah, absolutely, dude. Happy Halloween, cutie pie. You got spared from being banned this morning. Yeah, I would say that. I think your apology for the stuff was very sincere and genuine. People who believe all the trolling are stupid. The funny thing is, I actually had, and I'm not going to say who because you asked me to keep it private. There was a fitness personality with a sizable following who is a veteran who got pissed off at me over that. He watched the apology video and messaged me and told me, I watched your apology video through 3 times to make sure I felt you were sincere. He's like, I felt like it was sincere. It was genuine. He goes, so he's like, hey, man, I accept your apology. There's no beef between us. But he asked me to keep private who that was. But he's like, I watched it 3 times because I wanted to make sure. Like, he was on top of it. It's like, man, how long did that satire last? A few months. I would say a couple months, Alan, maybe 2 months, 3 months. I don't know, at most. No, I don't have Snapchat. Squat versus deadlift for Spartan strength. Oh, man. Oh, gosh. Squat versus deadlift. I'm going to go with the deadlift in that case. That's a tough one, though. I don't think most people believe he was trolling. They just thought it was in poor taste, where it was intended to be total satire. But what can you do? It's like, I have definitely paid the price for that satire. You know, it cost me. It cost me on multiple levels. It was absolutely not worth it. Yeah, glad you gained some clients, you know, but true. I didn't know it was trolling, but I didn't think it was disrespectful. Yeah, you know, totally fair. I mean, fair. Uh, well, we know Cutie Pie's a troll. At least he's not putting up nudes or whatever chick he's shooting pictures of anymore. Used to be kept rotating through nudes, and then they voted this morning, and the vote ran up to about 7 people, but Cutie Pie barely inched out being able to stay. It was like 3 kapows, 4 stays. They want to give him another chance. Cutie Pie keeps flirting with Lars, though. I came across you through the whole troll arc and found your other videos very informative. People who don't see through that are very low IQ. I agree. I vote kapow. It's already calling for a kapow. Cutie Pie survived a vote already during the coffee chat this morning. It was close. I wasn't there. I always see Lars. Lars is in the streams a lot. I think people were just confused for why they got banned for saying it wasn't real. So lifting, I don't even know your reference anymore. Right. I don't even know your reference anymore. Keep in mind time spans. Cutie Pie, help Limitless become a man. Oh man, he's probably not going to be in this afternoon one. We've given him strict instructions on this girl. So you guys missed the coffee chat. Oh my God, they went in hard on Lars. Even Psych, she came in, and she's got an actual real channel and everything where she does psychology videos. That's what her graduate degree is in. She was even giving him a hard time. She's like, "Oh no, you can't be the little spoon." She even gave him a hard time. It was pretty funny. Coach, what do you think of guys who say it's beta to go down on a girl? What? I mean, if that's beta, then I'm beta, man. Right? Because I love dining at the Pink Taco. Can we have sight? Perhaps do a psychological analysis of Lars? I don't know about all that. Oh, the Sopranos said it was what? Guys, come on. No, come on. That's ridiculous. Like, what do you mean? Like, why wouldn't you? You guys don't. All right. Let's be clear. There is no act between a man and a woman that is considered gay. Just stop. Have you seen this? You know, I'm not really a Soprano. I didn't watch Sopranos. Have you ever went down? No, that's why you kiss her on the belly as a smell test first. You do that little tummy kiss thing. That's where you can kind of get a good check. You know, there's definitely been times where it's like, yeah, you're not going down there. I mean, this has happened to all of us. You know, but you do the little tummy kiss. You know, or you do the finger smell behind her head when she doesn't. You know, there's ways that you can do this, guys. Come on. Do I need to teach you guys geez, guys, do I really have to teach you guys this stuff? Well, there are definitely some things that are borderline. Well, sort of, but that isn't. That is a completely heteronormative act. You guys sound like Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate would say something like that. Right. I'm pretty sure they live on different continents, so probably not. Would you say it beta if you do it for her, but she doesn't do it back? No, not even then, El. Because everyone's got their preference. You know, everyone's got their preference. So here's the thing. Do you do it only because she wants you to do it, or do you do it because you enjoy doing it? Like, these are totally separate questions, right? I think Lars is married, guys. So are you doing it because you actually like it? Like, because I like doing it. Assuming nothing is smelling bad, obviously, you know. But now, as far as the other thing goes, if you're only, I'm not going to go into all the details there, Al. We don't need to get too graphic because they don't like all that as far as the algo and certain stuff goes. So either you enjoy it or you don't. So many likes, people must be in this topic. There's a bunch of people are rolling in. I don't know. That's a lot of likes this early. Yeah, Laura says 10 years married. That's trucking along. Pleasing your partner is generally enjoyable. Exactly. Right? Generally enjoyable, pleasing your partner. And then, of course, some of us just like doing it. Find it exciting. So. Edward, hey dude, you're crossing Edward. That's out of bounds, man. You're asking another man straight up as his wife. Out of bounds, man. I'm just kidding. She's allowed to watch, man. Coach, after 10 years, how would you keep it interesting? You just got to find new stuff, man. Yeah, man, you shouldn't be asking the dude about his wife, though, man. You know what I mean? Or she thinks it's too weird, but she is here. Okay. Yeah, fair. She's like, I don't know why you watch this guy's live streams, Lars. I don't get it. Well, Miss Jefferson, because he finds me entertaining. And, it's really not that weird. She's watching the coach. But you know what? Here's what I'll say. Miss Jefferson, I appreciate you allowing your husband to watch my stuff without it being a big deal. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, there we go. How many female viewers do you think you have overall? I don't know. My platforms are different. I have an enormous female audience on Facebook, but my YouTube is fairly small. It's only like 3%, apparently, according to their analytics. It's like 40% on my Facebook. Fusion Punk. I actually did I commented. I did a live stream with that as the topic. Any thoughts as far as your thing, as far as Mike? He called himself better than Menzer, and then Dorian. Dorian hit him. Dorian went in pretty hard, dude. But I've already did a live stream where I addressed that, man. It's in the title of it, actually, with Dorian kind of calling him out. That's it's not good when you're in the bodybuilding industry and Dorian Yates claps you back. Like, I'm just saying that's not good for your career. Dorian has a lot of sway, right? Dorian has a lot of street cred in terms of bodybuilding for obvious reasons. Jason, I had Texas Roadhouse Steakhouse and had it in your name because you saved me from going vegan. Awesome, man. Appreciate it. I like Texas Roadhouse. If skull crushers give me elbow issues, no matter, should I try to build tendon strength for them or just don't bother? I would do the high rep band press downs where I'll take them out for just a bit and work on the band press downs and build your tendons up, right? Coach, would you never? I'm not even renewing my passport. No, I don't feel like going anywhere where I can't carry. My passport's expired. I haven't renewed it. I have no interest in renewing it. But Fusion Punk, right now, exactly. Like that's bad for his career, straight up, for Dorian to clap him that hard. I think Mike has made enough money where he doesn't care about any backlash. Might be true. Jason, what do you think about Texas becoming an independent state? I generally am against it, although I do understand the sentiment. 30% of Texas voters are in favor of Texas secession. I personally don't favor it. I don't think it would be the best idea. Good evening, Coach. Can't emphasize how much I hate Halloween. Sorry about that. California is pretty bad for the pew-pews. I mean, Athlete X was exposed for it. He's still doing fine. Yeah, it's a little different though. He has a different crowd. Being an influencer pays way more than being an influencer pays way more than bodybuilding. Absolutely. Thoughts on iron sights versus optics? Yes. Yes. Why not both? Jason, does Texas have a lot of oil reserves? Yes. This was covered too. Someone brought that up and said, doesn't your family own an oil well? I own an oil well. I get an annual check for my dividends on it. Technically, they're royalties. I own one. I'm trying to think of how the fractions work. 128th of an oil well. So I own almost a whole percent. The reason is optics make it easier. Some old school guys take a stance if you can't shoot with irons and it isn't yours. I don't follow. I think you should be proficient with both. So I thought we're talking close quarters versus, well, you're not going to do as well at long distance. Like, look, realistically, even the military doesn't do that. Dude, the standard issue for the Marines is to run an ACOG on their airports. That is standard issue now. They're running ACOGs. But you should be proficient. All my close quarter stuff, I co-witness. I have two rifles set up right now with aim points with irons co-witnessed on them. They're inside my house. Coach, I miss my ex severely. This friends with benefit thing I'm doing is me trying to compensate for my true love who broke up with me. So if you talk with this friends with benefits situation, she can't make you the little spoon. Everybody told you that already. You got, I don't know. Texas seeds there, would there be two walls? Ted, I don't know. That's a good question, man. I don't know. I'm not going to say which group of girls I get the most compliments from. It's pretty diverse, though. It's pretty diverse. Yeah, I just wanted to know your extensive history of hunting. I assume a lot of that was no, dude. I didn't hunt with irons. No, dude, we were on optics. No. Limitless says, I don't like her. I'm just trying to get some validation. Well, then why'd you say you're developing feelings for this girl, Limitless? You had this whole conversation. You lied to me. You lied to Peppermint. You lied to all of us. You even lied to Psych and told her the same thing. All that, man, and that's no, dude. What do you mean now you said you don't? You said you developed feelings for this friends with benefits and you didn't know how to handle it. Yeah, I don't know about this. See, Trill wants to kapow you, man. Everyone's looking. You better look out. Limitless, they gonna want to kapow you, dude. These guys are. I'm not gonna let them kapow you though, since they're not channel members. They're not gonna start a vote yet, but they're gonna give you a hard time. Line to coach is surely kapow territory. Hey, wait. He's so wait. Are you apologizing? Limitless. Hold on, guys. Give him a minute. Limitless. Just apologized for lying to us in public, like in front of everybody, in front of the whole chat. He just apologized. Sean says, Jason, how many different tones do you create for, hey, everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. I don't know. Yeah. Limitless matters of the heart can be confusing. Yeah, that's fair. He apologized though. I thought I liked her, but it was all an illusion. You just liking that poo nanny. That's what it is. You're just liking getting it regularly. I think that's the situation. You got your heart broken, and this chick dominates you, dude. You know, we've already said that she's pretty much getting the milk for free and not buying the whole cow, and then she calls you her little spoon, and then she spoons you from behind. You kind of admitted all this, bro. in the chats. This is a whole separate dynamic that needs to be dealt with. You need to get under a squat bar and get your strength up. You need to get under a heavy barbell more. I did admit it. You need to get stronger, dude. You got to get under that heavy squat bar, heavy squats, heavy deadlifts, heavy overhead press. Bro, you got to get your strength up. You got to build your confidence. You can't be letting the girl call, because even even woman in the regular coffee chat was kind of giving you a hard time, saying, dude, you can't let her make you the little spoon. She even told you, it's like, whoa, no. Just saying, bro, you got to fix this. I'm trying. I was supposed to gym today. No. You fell asleep. No, you need to get your ass to the gym. What time is it right now? We're giving Limitless a hard time about his friends with benefits dominating him and making him the little spoon. That's what's going on, Solon. No, yeah, man. You can't be missing the gym because you were asleep now. Bro. Well, you got to pull yourself together, man. Tell them, guys, you got to pull yourself up by the bootstraps. You need to get under that squat bar and build some confidence. Told you, the evening crowd is going to be tough on you. They're going to give you a hard time. They're not like the coffee shit. Look, they keep voting to kapow you. What are you going to do? Not train? Exactly. Tell them, guys. Limitless, we warned you in the coffee chats. The afternoon crowd, bro, they're harsher, man. They're not as nice as our coffee morning crew who are all more laid back. All those Brits, right? All those Brit dudes go easy on you. I'll go train, guys. It's late, but I will let you go get under a barbell right now. All right, he's willing to go get under a squat bar today to avoid getting a kapow. There you go. You don't get after it, son. And you need to have that conversation with this friends with benefit. You need to flip the script on that. She needs to be the spoon. You need to be the big spoon. Don't let her call you her little spoon while she's spooning you from behind. Bro. Let's post-workout, right? Jason, you covered this whole government shutdown thing. I did like over a week ago. I don't know. If they can't balance the budget, I think they should leave it shut down. Post later or kapow. Even damn, Ted's calling it. Ted's a client. Limitless. Remember, clients and paid channel members get voting powers big time. So yeah, bro, you better come back and let us know how the workout went. We want to know how much you squatted for how many reps. What do you mean it's kind of comfortable? It was closed for a year. Do you think we would know? Yeah, I would notice a lot, dude. The IRS wouldn't be a problem for me. If the government was closed for a year and the IRS has no power, dude, I would notice. No, we don't go do some curls. He needs to get into a squat rack. Bro, my biggest stressor in life is the IRS. Like I'm dead serious when I say that. Clients are the aristocrats. I mean, yeah, dude, the clients help pay my bills, man. They're kind of a big deal. They get a lot of sway. So Ted's over here saying post later or kapow. Dude, the IRS, I don't even want to talk about how much they charge me. I'm not going to go into details. The IRS goes in dry with no lube and no reach around. I will go train back, pull-ups, deadlifts, rows. Now, I want to hear some squats. I want to get some deadlifts and squats in. Coach, I have an idea. If we get 5 kapow votes, right? I'm having a Halloween Diddy party. Oh, no. Don't be getting your freak on. No, we don't need that. It's an almighty kapow. Financial stress is hitting a lot of people in this economy. Would you categorize paid members as aristocrats? To some extent, yeah. Look at this. They're voting. So Tyrone's already said if this goes up for a vote, he's already voting to kapow you. So you better come back and tell us how much weight you did on squats and deadlifts after this workout. Like next stream, like coffee chat. We need to know. I'm already dealing with a lot. He said, don't compare. Are you benefits of barefoot jogging? Is it just preference? Yeah, man, it makes your feet and ankles stronger. Look at Sean's up calling it. Bro, Sean, back, give him a hair. We're going to give him a chance. Sean, we're going to give him a chance to go to the gym, improve himself, but he can't let this chick, this friends with benefits, call him her little spoon. Right? This is not going to fly. You know. Y'all just taking the Kapow law into their own hands. I know, man, this is vigilante justice, guys. We got to have law and order in the court, guys. Come on. One set of 30 reps on band press sounds enough for tendon strength. That's a good start. A good 130 to 50 reps, that's a good start. Marco, if you haven't been doing them, don't do more than one set. Sean, I know Sean's a channel member. I'm aware, Tyrone. And keep in mind, Ted already said if he doesn't go to the gym today, it's a kapow. It's 5 votes. No, it's not an automatic. Okay, next time I meet her, I'll do just act tough. And what you need to just tell her how it is, bro. You need to tell, look, you need to flip her around the other way and spoon her. You need to fold her like laundry. That's what you need to do. He's got a friends of benefit who doesn't want to date him, and she spoons him from behind, calling him the little spoon. She literally said she called him that, her little spoon. Bro. And he says he's heartbroken over the girl who dumped him. So he got this friends with benefit named Lucy Coach. Heard you, Coach, fold her like laundry when you see her again. Yeah, exactly. Leighton will tell you how it is, man. Them's the rules. Is 5 votes a holy smoke? Man, 5 votes is a lot. Ted says, I'm subscribed to Limitless. If we don't see that workout blog uploaded by the bar, agreed right on. Ted, it's Limitless, you got to film it. Ted saying you got to film it. No, Stravos, I'm not going to be your little spoon. I'm strictly taco, no burrito. Okay, this is odd. No salt in your mom is odd. All right. So Ted said that you got to upload footage. Ted uploads his footage. He's got vlogs. Right? He's a Team Blaha vlogger. So, so I'm too embarrassed to do that. Well, dude, Ted's calling for it. Man, Limitless. Bro, you need to grow some shit. That's right, grow some hair on your chest. Tell him that. Put your money where your mouth is, Limitless. Travis, stay away from him. Oh, Lord. No, he said that she's not. He said that she's actually petite. She does weigh a lot. Oh, never mind. She's like, how heavy? How much? Like, give us some stats here. You like blondes or brunettes more? I don't really have a preference. I've dated more brunettes, but both of my wives were blondes. But both my ex-wives were blonde. Stravos the troll. Should we kapow? I don't know. Do you guys going to call for it? Stravos keeps hitting on me as a dude. Stravos, he's a regular though. She's around 175 centimeters, maybe 64 kg. Yeah, more cushion for the pushing. I mean, I like them a little thicker, to be honest. I want to see 3 good sets of squats and minimum 2. Dude, Ted said he wants to see 3 sets of squats, 2 supplemental exercises. Keep in mind, man, Ted's a serious athlete. That's not a whale. 64 kg isn't that much. Hold on, let me run some numbers here, guys. We got stats. He says she's about 175 centimeters. What's that? Centimeters. What is that? She's pretty tall. Bro, she's pretty tall, so that's why she's dominating you. She's like 5'8", 5'9". It's 64 kg. Bro, and she's making you her little spoon? Have I ever dated a bodybuilder? Yes. Yes. I've dated girls on gear. So she's 140 pounds at about 5'8" to 5'9". but she's not heavy. What is Sean like to troll me? I don't know. Can Will squat double his friends with benefit? That's a good question too. So Ted asked, can you squat double the body weight of your friends with benefits? I tell guys straight up, dude, you need to be able to bench your girl weight for 10 reps as a minimum. You know? So if you guys who like the bigger girls, y'all need to step your game up a little bit. I said that on Facebook the other day. I said in there, like, ladies, if your man can't bench your body weight for at least 5 reps, you have a girlfriend, right? If you can't you have to call off the date, right? Yeah, you have to call off the date, dude. You got to call off the date. I'm going to post the client blog of your workout today. Yeah, they're calling for you to film put some squat footage up. Like Ted's already calling for you to compile. He says he's subscribed, and Ted's in daily contact with me as a client, right? So he's going to be watching. Yeah. True. Limas has admitted to wild stuff. He said he got dumped for his hand being too sweaty by a girl he really liked. I'm only into big gym mommies, which I can't chest press. Matthew, well, you need to fix that. Like all right, Matthew, I'm gonna give you a hard time. You were calling limitless beta, right? But you're saying you can't chest press the way to the big gym mommies that you like. This is a problem, dude. You need to get your bench strength up. You need to work on your chesticles. Like, no, bro, I'm not letting that slide. Minimum of 5 reps their body weight. 10 is better. Now, you guys have watched me do 18 reps with 225. You know what I mean? Like I did 18 reps with 225 clean reps a day on bench. So, you know, I'm pretty good there. Like I have a pretty high upper ceiling on that. You know? All right. That's actually above my preference. So you like them about 120 kg. So you need to be able to bench that for 5 reps, Matthew. So if you like the girls like that, you need to be able to bench that for 5 reps. That's just how it is. No, I never met Louis Simmons in person. That's pretty heavy. But I mean, look, dude, I'm not gonna knock a dude for his like, dude, he likes what he likes, right? Look, I'm not gonna knock another man for his preference in women. You know, some guys like really skinny girls. Some guys like them super heavy. Some guys like tall girls, short girls, blondes, brunettes. Like, bro, you can't hate on another man for the type of woman he's attracted to. Right? I think, look, guys, that's bad bro material. Right? I think we all agree with that. That's bad bro material. If a dude, yeah, I could date a BBW to meet the rep standard easily. So, you know, but the point is, I'm aware that it's unhealthy, but, you know, it's very obese. It is unhealthy, but the dude likes what he likes, you know? I know we can't, and we're not promoting obesity, but that's what he's attracted to. Like, how are you going to hate on a man for what he's attracted to in a woman? You know, as long as he's not attracted to a toxic chick, he's going to ruin his life. So some dudes like the bigger girl. Dude, I've met a really super fit bodybuilder. Dude, I've met a bodybuilder with a phenomenal physique before. He liked the big girls, and he told you straight up, right? He's like, he liked them over 200 pounds. Always, like, he's like, that was by his minimum. He wouldn't date a girl under 200. And he had a phenomenal physique. So, I mean, it happens. He's like, that's just what he likes. Right? Larson, I dated 192 centimeter girl. Okay, that's tall. She was super nice, but I could not handle a girl taller than me. I was young and foolish. Now I know it does not matter. Right. There's not many girls over 7 foot. That's the trend talking. Ted, I think you're right with the guy. Trend will do that, man. Trend will do that to you. Bro, you got to watch the trend. He was definitely on trend, so maybe that was a factor. But I mean, I met the dude. He told it. He's like, dude, the bigger the better. You know. But that's what a bro likes. But the thing is, man, you can't hate on a man for that. Like they like what they like. What are you gonna do? Change his preference in women? Dudes like what they like. Maybe it has something to do with their relationship with their mom or whatever. You know, there are dudes who can't do really skinny girls. There are guys who don't like really heavy girls. You know, some bodybuilders can't handle a fit woman. That's true too. Coach, she is just all I can get attention from. No one else is interested. Is Ted natty at the moment? Now Ted's natty. Yeah, no, Ted's natty. Ted, he's asking if you natty. Dude, we just did a tested event. He literally just did a drug tested event. No, Ted's natty. Ted's been bulking though. He's been dreamer bulking. He still has abs though. He's like, Coach, I'm getting fat, but he still has abs. My mom was Canadian. Used to enter tree cutting competition. That could be it, Matthew. Right? So his mom used to enter tree cutting competitions. She was a big, thick woman. So that's what he's attracted to, you know? That's oftentimes a factor, man. Right? So, but again, that's the point, man. I'm not going to hate on a brother for the sort of woman that he's turned on by. Like, I just can't. What do you mean you vote to compel Matthew? Why? Just because he likes bigger girls, dude. So what, man? But that's the point. Like, dude can't help what, like, just there's guys who only like really thin girls. You know? But guys, that's not compel worthy, man. So yeah, Sean likes Irish girls, man. So he likes them gingers. He likes the redheads. He likes the fire crotch. You know, I'm just saying, dudes like what they like. Yeah, you can't vote Kapow unless you only survived your Kapow 10 minutes ago, right? Well, that's too tall, Lars. Yeah. But yeah, I'm not going to hate. I know what that is in Rebel. What do you Rebel? Freedom unit, Lars. Chill. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's not Rebel measurement, it's freedom units. It's freedom units. Is it shameful to have a friends with benefits you are not attracted to? What? If someone has to ask if I'm on steroids or not, I take it as a compliment. Whatever you think the answer is, let's be honest, I'm probably not changing your mind. Fair. Right? Can I flex my biceps? I don't know, Stravis. Can you drop a super chat? Tell you what, guys, I'm going to go get some water and I'll be right back. My cup hath runneth empty. All right, we back. No, Solid, you're not bad. I take a rich woman for the supplements. But what? You'll be posting more soon. What are you posting, Edward? Just want your dad bod strength 10 for the overhead press. I don't have one for it. Jason, there's a massage therapist I see. She says I'm the only client she kisses. What do you think I should ask to befriend her outside of her work after how many sessions? So be specific. What sort of massage is this? Is Asian massage parlor is just like normal massage, right? How big should be a deficit in deadlift? Is whatever deficit you want. I've done them up to 4 or 5 inches before. You know, you'll know where those lifts have been, Sean. The happy ending one where the body slide. So you go to that type. But she kisses you. They don't use those girls don't usually kiss. Working girls don't usually kiss you, dude. I don't know, man. She probably likes you, but here's the problem, man. That's some high mileage. Just you better think that one through, dude. Right? No, the working girls like that usually don't kiss dudes. The dudes. So, cutie pie, dude, what the hell's wrong with you? Hey, Stravos, no, bro, we don't need to know about that. All right. I know she doesn't kiss others because it took me for a while to convince her that I vibe with her. Okay. All right, Sean. Yeah, bro. Stravos, man, they gonna vote on you if you're not careful. Uh-oh. David just called Stravos. David is a channel member and he just called for a kapow. Okay. All right. So start the official voting. David called for the kapow, so he's got a kapow vote. About second kapow from Defiance. Stay from Solon. Edward gives a kapow. Francis gives a kapow. Stravos is at a stay. Cutie Pie is at a stay or a kapow. Sean gives a kapow. Cutie Pie gives a stay. We're at 5 kapows. 2 of them are channel members. 6 kapows. Stravos. Third from, so we got 6 kapows, 3 stays. 2 of those kapows are channel members who pay. On top of that, Stravos, you have been voted on, and a jury of your peers has found you guilty. You are sentenced to death. We get a little bit of shake. And bake, kapow, you're out of here. They warned you. And it's the channel member called for a kapow. Dude, that was 6 kapows. Bro, that's just how it is, man. Them's the rules, homie. I mean, it's different if you're a channel member. We might be a little more lenient with that. But, bro, you got to go. I know he was a regular, but Tyrone, dude, that was a lot of kapows. All right. That's a lot of kapows, man. He'll make a new account. It's all good. There's no removing mass unbanning anymore, by the way. They removed that feature. You can't go through and delete the list. You can't even see the list now. Tyrone, he was asking if he could yank his hot dog with Dakota. Yeah, man. That's just, right there. We can't have that sort of smut in the live stream, guys. There's limits. Right. All right. This is a family channel. That's a wild thing to ask another man, right there in the public, especially when it's a straight dude. I mean, I get it. Dude, you're going to hit on me. I'm a lifter. I'm used to it. I'm aware of this. I mean, dudes will hit on you in person when you're a lifter. But I'm strictly taco no burrito, man. And you're doing that right there in front of people. It's like, just saying you got to be respectful in here, man. But it's the way he worded it. If you're making a new account right now, hopefully he's learned his lesson. We're strictly taco no burrito. And I'm not hating, man. I mean, dudes are gay that they're gay. It's like, I'm not going to hate on that. But guys, come on, man. Don't be doing that right there in the stream. Especially when it's offending the other people. You're offending the regulars, right? I mean, David and Sean, they pay for channel memberships, man. I know, but I still feel kind of bad for him. I don't know. He seemed nice. He did seem nice. Definitely Tyrone. But I get it. I mean, he can buy some foot pictures, if he really wants. All right. Yeah, Sean, she told you no, dude. So if she told you can't be friends outside of the place, then that's probably not going to happen, man. That's probably not going to happen. You might need to move on from that situation. How much? Foot pictures are $15 a picture. All right. So Solid. No. Solid hasn't crossed the line yet, guys. Come on, man. Solid hasn't crossed the line. Taco equals female, burritos equals male, fajita equals transport. What? No, I'm not sure where no, dude. I think a fajita is going to fit more closer to the taco. Because think about how a fajita looks, right? So fajita is basically just a taco with extra meat, right? So she's got those, those meat curtains. So yeah. Jason, opinion on doing overhead press seated without back support, better stimulus fatigue. Seated without back support, maybe. I've done it before. I don't know that you're going to get real benefits of seated. So enchilada, maybe. Yeah. So, and meat curtains can be nice, kind of explore a little bit. So I don't know. No, dude. I mean, it's just that's basically still a burrito, dude. Yeah, they don't get a different designation. Jason, please tell me how to refute vegans who call me eater. You don't have to. Just tell them to F off. Do you have strength tenders for isolation? Looks like curls. No, because curls are so based on levers. There's moment arms. Arm lengths vary so much. There's no way to come up with something like that. Seated without back support, can't lean back and use leg drive, but still, yeah, but you're not. It's still loading the spine the same as an overhead standing. Just don't use leg drive, but you can lean back. You can lean back just as much without the back support. That's kind of the point. What's a good max curl for a 250-pound lift? I don't really know. Some vegans are really combative. That's why you carry, bro. Stay strapped or get clap, homie. Quesadilla is best like a smush burrito. What? Bro, Alan, this is getting confusing. This is getting as confusing as this 57 gender thing. Like, come on, let's stick back over to we got tacos and burritos. This is not complicated. This is a very binary situation. There's a good standard for weighted dips. If you can do any weight, if you can do weighted dips with any weight for 10 reps, you're doing okay. Just create distance and learn entanglement. There you go, Tyrone. That's right. You gotta learn how to backpedal. But sometimes you gotta learn entanglement. You can take classes. A preacher curl machine, I can do more than on barbells. Was a machine, of course. We have a transformer audience. There's some, I guess, I don't know, Cutie Pie or somebody might be a transformer. We've had some in here. But we've got tacos and burritos, dude. We don't need to overcomplicate this a whole lot. Were you born with a taco or a burrito? I think this is relatively straightforward for 99.8% of the population. Pardon the pun. AJG, I started your 5x5 ice cream fitness and already seen crazy gains because I never properly followed the program. There you go, AG. Hey, Sean, I'm not going to talk about that, but I think we all have. Are you doing a marathon soon? Nope. Let's call it deconstructed breed. Bro, no. Stiff leg deadlift for Romanian deadlift to improve deadlift. How about you just deadlift? I mean, those are very similar exercises. In all honesty, there's very little difference between the two in terms of the training response. All right. Sulchin mentioned, mentioned New York marathons. Gotcha. Oh, Saul's doing a marathon. Right. Jason, do you enjoy YouTube Live? A lot of times, yeah. Snatch grip deadlifts, whether it depends on what you're trying to do. That's a very unique exercise. Russ, can Jay talk about preacher girls believing get fired up? I have a preacher bench, but people get hurt on them too easy. I don't see the point of the preacher curl machine though. It's like, bro, come on, just grab a barbell or dumbbell. Why are we at the point of using a machine trying to isolate your bicep? It's not that hard to isolate a bicep, guys. The fact that people have made a machine to isolate the biceps is just blows my mind that this is taking up gym floor space. Think about that for a minute. Literally a whole big machine to isolate the biceps. Dude, barbells and dumbbells isolate the biceps just fine. I just think of a barber call after watching your workouts and they served me fine. For a lot of guys, they will. Hell, they served everyone from Menzer and Arnold just fine. OG guys just like the incline curls or barbell curls. Dudes had biceps way back in the day with just simple barbell curls, some incline curls. Yeah. Do YouTube content creators get free YouTube perks like YouTube Premium? No. We get free perks like our merchandising. They handle that if we want. We get perks like the way they handle copyrights. Dude, it just gives me a list. I don't have to go look for people who steal my stuff. It straight up gives me a list and just lets me pop them. Like I can do 100 at a time. 100 videos in one time, it will just automatically send out the strike. And then they can try to see if that'll let them contest it or not, or just auto bans them. Jason, I have merch up. Her hormones worth it? No, not really. Have you hooked up with other YouTube creators? Like, no, not really. I get my friends with some distance friends. Are you asking, do I go hang out? Or what do you mean a hookup? Like, have we, you're asking, have I found some of the female fitness creators and, what are we asking here? You're going to have to be very, very specific. Right? Yes, I said Pacific. What are you asking me here? That's not the kiss and tell, right? Sean, I'm not going to give you advice on that, man. I'm not going to teach you how to cheat. Jason Blaha, law of specificity. He's asking if I've done the dirty. What? He said, yeah, be specific. Yeah, law of specificity. I've never actually seen Tinder, Francis. I've literally do not know what Tinder looks like. I hear people talk about Tinder. I see posts about it. I have never actually seen Tinder. Like I've never been there or seen what it looks like. So I've never even picked up someone's phone to look at their Tinder. I have no clue. Not interested. People are like, he scratched his nose. That's a tell. No, it wasn't. My nose really wasn't. Yeah. I'm aware that it's a dating app. I've just never actually seen it. Jason, when did you forgive Michael Hart? I do not have a beef with Mike. That was water under the bridge. Not a big deal, dude. Not a big deal. My nose keeps itching. Right. I think Grinder is a. I don't think it's trend. I think it's a one of those whatever. Would you still call out the stupid frog machine? Of course, because that is stupid. That's stupid and that's a scam. So why wouldn't I call it out? Would you ever box? No, I need to get paid. AJ, would I do it for a lot of money? Yes. Would I do it just for exhibition, for fun? No. I need to get paid. I don't want to get fired. I don't want to get hit in the face for free. I need to be paid for enough money. AJ, for enough money, I'll fight you. I'll fight your grandma for enough money, bro. What's more evil, the frog machine or probably the duck eggs? I mean, the running's going. I haven't been pushing the running hard. So if you really cared, you would be following me on the app. Would a small workout before Halloween work? Yeah, it could. You could do a small workout before Halloween. Why not? Nothing's stopping you from doing it. Get on it. Why does Michael Hearn claim natural when he knows? I mean, I think at this point he's just having fun trolling people. It's banter. It's banter and satire at this point. Like I let me put it this way, Sean. I don't think at this point it's even lying. Everyone knows he's on gear. We know he's on gear. He knows that we know he's on gear. He's just trolling people for fun at this point. Honestly, at this point, it's not even a lie. It's satire. I really view it that way. Right? Like everyone knows, and he knows that everyone knows. It is legitimately at this point just satire, trolling, banter. He's having fun. Yeah. Yeah, because it's just, dude, it's joke and satire. Right. Michael Trey, that's right. Although I don't think Trent he's what he actually uses, to be fair. He's way too healthy at his age to have been using a bunch of Trent. Yeah. Simeon Panda is still trying to lie, of course, but he's competing. Simeon Panda was competing in natural while lying. So that's a whole different thing, right? But the thing with Simeon is that's a whole different level. That is actually fraud because he's competing in Natural Federation, Natural World Card while lying about it. Whereas in Mike is just trolling people at this point. So because Simeon's actually competing as a natty, now we're getting into fraud. Technically fraud. This is Unifish admitted to being on steroids, right? Like it wasn't obvious. Right? I do remember who Ulysses Jr. is. But to be fair, that dude's got, from a bodybuilding perspective, that dude's got some crazy just insertions and stuff genetically. Like, let's be fair, dude. Some people are just born different. Jason, what are the chances Mike didn't use much steroids considering how hard he trains? I think Mike is a very low doser. I think Mike doesn't use a lot. I think Mike is a long-term, really long-term, very low doser. I think he doesn't use much more than a little test, DECA growth, stuff like that. I don't think he uses large amounts. That's just what happens when you train as hard as he does consistently and stay on small amounts for decades. But he's obviously pretty genetically gifted in that department. No, dude, I don't have an urge to get out there and trick or treat. I don't even need candy, so no. Ulysses was the head coach of the gym I went to in London in the mid 2000s. Okay. 20 kilos? What? I'm not sure about all that. That sounds a little crazy. He was about 5'7". Yeah. Trick or treating. I mean, no, it's a tradition, Alejandro. It's a tradition, like anything else. Aren't all traditions really weird if you think about it? Right. Right. So who cares? Yeah, that's true. It's a tradition, man. You gotta let kids have fun with it. Not a big deal. It's nothing. It's not really weird. It's just kids getting candy. No, I'm not going to have candy here this year. I don't want candy in my house right now. So I'm just not going to have the light on. And they remind all of us in the neighborhood, like, just have the light off if you don't want trick-or-treaters. Do you think strength carries over to MMA? This is not even a subject of debate. Francis, there is no debate. What do you mean? What I think is irrelevant. How about what all the best coaches in the world know for a fact? Your and I's opinion is completely irrelevant. It is a pretty much well understood reality. Coach, how do you coach Muslim clients during Ramadan? I coach them just like clients during any other time. It's specific to what their needs are at the moment. It's not the same for every one of them. What do you mean some MMA guys bench a lot? What are you talking about, Francis? That's a very bizarre statement to make. There's MMA guys that bench 3 plates plus. What are you talking about? So that's a very, very, very specific statement you made that is just not true. Maybe some MMA guys that don't. But to say MMA guys don't bench much, subjectively false. I have no interest in debating vegan gains. Right. Well, Conor McGregor is a small guy at a light body weight. So, how much do you expect him to bench? Right. So there you go, Francis. Some MMA that you know. Till you go meet one who benches 400 pounds. Then you go, oh, never mind. Yeah. There's no point in debating vegan gains. Do you support Joel Osteen? No. I'm fairly neutral on him. I knew plenty of people who went to his church. Keep in mind, I lived right by it. If you guys recall, because it's not like I wasn't doxxed, I lived within walking distance of Lakewood with Joel Osteen. It was on the same street as my condo. His church was on the same street. Not figuratively, not hyperbole. My condo was on the exact same street as his church within a 5 to 6 minute walk. So I knew people who went there. I'm pretty neutral on the guy. Yeah, I stay out of it. Vegan Gains has been on for 8 to 10 years already. What are you talking about? All right. Yeah. He just upped the dose, bro. He upped the dose and admitted to it. You guys are silly. Why do you think these fitness influencers are natural? I'm sorry. I can't take anybody seriously who thinks these fitness influencers that you're following are natural. Just stop. I just can't take that seriously. Friends, we've already covered that. Most of them are. Right? Like he was always talking, I was right. Like he was always on, guys. He just went a little harder. And then dieted leaner. Keep in mind, Vegan Gains tends to get fluffy with his junk food vegan stuff. So I'm not going to, so Blackjack, because I've been paying attention. And what do you mean doesn't look that crazy? Do you not understand the average steroid user doesn't look that crazy? Are you new to lifting? You haven't met 30 or 40 guys who look like they just finished their novice gains your own gear. You haven't met in your lifetime 30, 40, 50 people in gyms and stuff over the years who were moderate steroid users who look like they just finished their first 3 months in the gym. If you say no, then I don't believe you that you've been training a long time. I don't believe you. What? Sean, that's kind of a weird post. An HGH does a test in it. Yeah. Yeah, gear's more common than people realize. Yeah, dude, people really are that naive. You know. Hey, lifting again. We've discussed before. You're a little new to some of this. I'm not going to go into vast details about what taking HGH does. Honestly, did our likes go down? Some people took some likes away. We have more likes than that. Get those likes back up, guys. We had 40 something. It's down to 38. We didn't get any supers in there either. Hey, AJ, those are extreme amounts. Really, I see 37. It's going down. So maybe it's all bugged out. AJ, you got to do more. Yeah, you can't just make random statements like that. Most dudes are not going to use enough growth hormone for that to happen. So like 38, right? No, I'm just saying I've been around this stuff a real long time. I appreciate the super chat, BMW Texas. Thank you so much. All right, I'm in here. How much money for you to watch Mr. Bean? I mean, I charge $100 an hour for consultations, and I'm not really interested in watching Mr. Bean. AJ, so a little bit of nuance to that. Are we going off of older stuff like testosterone being isolated? Or are we talking about as far as their original use in like the United States and the West? Because there's a little bit of nuance. I don't remember the exact year. It was like 1915 or 1920 when testosterone was first isolated. But are you talking about specifically like inside the North America, the United States? This is pretty public history. So you guys want a quick history lesson? Anybody not know this? So in the early 1950s, while the U.S. Olympic weightlifting team was drinking with the Russian weightlifting team coaches, the coaches let it slip to the American coaches while intoxicated that their lifters had been using an oral testosterone derivative to gain muscle. The U.S. weightlifting coaches went and took this back to the government, took it to actually, I believe, to the CIA, who were like, okay, this is a problem. So they funded it. And so Dr. Ziegler was told about it, and he knew kind of what to do with it. So they hired Dr. Ziegler to develop a testosterone derivative called Dianabol. which his lab, anyone remember the name of the lab? I'm forgetting the name of the lab, Dr. Ziegler's lab. In any event, they started manufacturing Dianabol, which was, again, a reduced testosterone. So it was 17 alkylated reduced testosterone. And they started giving it to the U.S. Olympic weightlifting team. Right? And then they let it slip into all the serious powerlifters by the end of the 1950s. Yeah. And then it kind of took off from there. So our tax dollars actually paid for the development of Dianabol, specifically for the Olympic weightlifting team. And this is all confirmed history. It's been publicly released decades ago. All right. Do you think Usain Bolt, he was an Olympian, dude? Just stop. All right. Elite professional athletes are not natural. Done. This is a very straightforward thing. Hey, lifting, I'm tired, honestly, quite frankly, tired of arguing with you about stuff that has been my real life experience in the lifting world. Just stop. I'm not interested in your bullshit counter arguments. You're a child with no experience. Fuck off. Next. Jason, do you think Alpha Desi's younger? Yes. We could see when he did his first oral cycle, it was very obvious. 10 years ago when he started, everybody knew when he went on gear and he got the moon face. It was overwhelmingly, glaringly obvious to every single serious lifter on the entire planet. Everybody knew. We all knew. We all recognized it. We all laughed about it. You guys are so fucking naive. I just can't. I just can't with the stupidity of not knowing this. You guys are not lifters. If you don't know this stuff and recognize it, don't claim that you're a lifter or a real lifter or know anything about the lifting world. Just stop. Now, just gonna call it like it is. Just stop. You are children with zero experience. If you even need to ask this. It was, everybody knew when he went on. So, next. So just stop, guys. Yeah, so whoever did all those likes took them all away. All right. Lifting, I've already told you the reasoning. When you start your first cycle, we all know. If you go to the gym with a bunch of old school lifters and you go on gear, we all know. You don't have to tell us. You don't have to discuss it. We can tell. It is obvious. And as soon as you guys are no longer noobs, 10 years of experience later, you'll be like, oh man, I feel stupid as hell. Done. All right, so Sean is called for your kapow. Anybody else? Sean is a channel member. Alejandro's voted the kapow. Are we giving any stays? Like, this is not even a point of argument at this point. Kapow, kapow, kapow. All right, lifting, you're out of here. You've been found guilty by a jury of your peers, and I pass judgment. Booyakasha. Done. I love them stepping out. Well, they've already mentioned there was like 5 votes for Kapow. But you know, the thing is, guys, I don't know why people argue this nonsense. It's just silly. Like, if you've been lifting a long term and you've been around it, you know. All the old school guys know, all the OGs know. We just know, we've watched it for so long. Am I good? I don't know, Sean, I guess. I suppose. I mean, I jump on camera. I do box jumps and things. Yep. The time, yeah, we ain't got time for any of that. Were you able ever to dunk? I don't play basketball. Probably not. I don't like basketball. I don't like playing basketball. I don't like watching basketball. I just don't care for it as a sport. I like playing baseball. I didn't like basketball as a kid. You know, probably because I'm uncoordinated to some extent due to my balance issues and ear issues growing up. I just never liked it. So, it was my least favorite sport in gym class. Yeah. So whoever made all those accounts to give those likes took them back. That was funny. So someone made like 20 accounts for that. That was crazy. That was kind of crazy, y'all. You never know how fast you could throw. I don't know. I mean, I probably could throw pretty quick. We only did flag football in gym class. They didn't want us to do tackle because it was gym class. So we did flag football where you pull the flags off. So we had them on our belts. Had a red and a yellow team. Man, I forgot about that till you brought it up. Like as soon as you asked, I'm like, I remember we had red and yellow. Yeah, at least you two remember dislikes, right? But the likes are trickling back up now. Do you like being a strong man? Obviously, of course I do. Hold up. Rugby versus football. What you watching? How's Bagpuss? Bagpuss is doing good, man. He's just back there chilling. He's watching my back. I want to hear from Bagpuss. I need woman advice from Bagpuss. Well, what do you need in Bagpuss to tell you? Bagpuss advice not always free. Get some likes up, guys. So you might have to drop a super for Bagpuss to come down. Bagpuss did give Limitless some advice the other day. Sorry, typing with a guy. I already paid for a consultation. I got to do a consultation here later. No, I'm good. No, I'm letting. He's double confirming on the slot. Back was looking after YouTube award. You hear Charlie Sheen was addicted to test. What? No, I didn't hear that. So I have a guy who's already paid his $100 for a consultation call. I've done several for this person before. So I was just reconfirming the time slot. He was checking if we were still good and told him, yeah, we're good. How can we win the war against veganism? I mean, do you want to win the war against veganism? Make B12 supplements illegal. That's cold. Yeah, Trent, Blair is actually really passable. I know. I've said that before, but that's not fair. Dude, David, you're right. That's come up before, and I've mentioned that. That's not fair when someone brought that up. I'm like, because Blair is the only one of them I've seen who I wouldn't know just within a couple minutes of looking. That's crazy. All right. You want me to bring Bag Puss over? All right. But yeah, I mean, so if B12 supplements were completely outlawed, that would be the end of veganism. It would die. Veganism cannot survive without B12 vitamins as a supplement. Like they can't. The health problems would mount up so fast that they would be screwed. No, I mean, I'm serious. That would be the death of veganism. They would start dying, having major health problems, all of them. Almost every one of them would start having major health problems, no matter what else they did right. They have to supplement B12. They don't have a choice. So there's Bag Puss. What's up? All the back young man. Why are you talking like that? You know you're pink, right? All right. It's all good, man. I've been trying to be like that. So. All right. All right. I couldn't live without enjoying a steak every now and then, right? There's no she in the conversation, right? Yeah, no, because I recall that actually Blair, he said he's not getting the surgery ever. He has no intention of getting the surgery. So he's keeping the junk intact. And his boyfriend likes it. So, Sean says, Jay, should I get a wife or be single? No, man, I think eventually you should definitely. I think most men would ideally want to settle down one day. I think most dudes would be happier in the long term. So, but to be fair, I mean, I get it. Blair White looks like an attractive woman. The dude is very passable. It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, you could travel first if it's important to you. You might be able to travel with your girl, dude. All right. I'm checking a few things here. What should I do to ensure my future wife will keep me happy and I won't feel the need for a divorce? You got to find a girl who's a good match, dude. You're going to have to find one who's a good match. So here's the thing. Don't worry about the stupid stuff of, I got to find the hottest girl. I got to find the girl who's the best freaking, but just stop. You got to find one who's your best match. That she's compatible with you in terms of values. Obviously, you need to find her attractive. I mean, we're not saying go get with a girl you're not attracted to. Not what we're saying. But dudes can't be propping up, the hottest girl in the rotation instead of who's the most compatible girl who's going to bring me peace and happiness and compatibility. Like if she doesn't bring peace, she brings chaos and not peace to your life, there's going to be problems. And I know firsthand. Because I've definitely had situations where the sex was amazing, but they brought chaos and lack of peace to my life. And that's not going to work out. Okay? It's not going to work out. Jason, I love med ball training. It's great training for those trying bags. I don't need to buy a bunch of sandbags, though. Right? So yeah, Alejandro, it's not a fair trade-off, dude. You know, so you need to find the woman who's compatible with you, compatible values, compatible lifestyle, who brings peace to your life. Like a man who comes home to a peaceful home, that's going to be a lot more successful. Right? You know. And you also got to factor in too, are you a man who wants kids? Like, is that important to you? So if kids are important to you, you need to be looking at, is she mother material? Is she good mother material? Is this a woman who I want raising my children? So if that's important to you, that's the stuff you need to be thinking about, David. Or sorry, Sean, not David. You know. So those are things you got to weigh out. So that's what you got to think too. So if you want kids, if that's because not every dude wants kids. You want kids, that's also a big factor. You need to be saying, hey, is she going to be a good mother? So she brings peace to your life. So that's what we mean. You got to have all those values and stuff lined up. That's what you got to be looking at. No, I don't play any video games right now. A single parent household will destroy them like you can. Yeah, you know. Yeah. So that would be my advice to you on that, Sean. Those are things you need to be looking at. Dudes get way too caught up in, I want to find out of the girls I'm seeing, I go for the hottest one out of the girls I'm seeing. No. Is she attractive? Now I won't be watching the World Series tonight. So Sean, you want to start a family. So that's what you need to be looking at too. You need to be looking at a woman and going, who the ones who you're dating, and ask that question. Could this woman be a good mother to my children? If you want to start a family. Right? Because that's going to be a big deal too, as far as peace to your household. She got to be a good mother to your kids. Mm-hmm. Right? Anybody disagree with that? Yeah. It's hard. I want a girl like Angelina Jolie, but that's lots of girls. Yeah. So Sean, you're not looking for a wife then. I'm not saying to get an unattractive girl. I mean, you find a girl who you find attractive. But I mean, if you're looking at it, let's say you're going to rate the 1 to 10 scale, you find a 6 or a 7 who brings peace to your life, not chaos, compatible values, compatible lifestyle. Seems like she'd be a good mother to your children. See where I'm going with this? That's a win. That's a win right there. Like a 7, if she's a 7 and she has those things, you know, if she's a 6, you need to be taking her pretty seriously if all those other things lined up. Especially if you're talking about wanting kids. You know, because 6 is still above average. Still pretty. If you're just wanting practical advice here, right? You want practical advice, man to man, and you got to be thinking about that stuff. Yeah, do you keep the marriage and kids? Yeah, I've been with a 10, but she was lazy. So, you know, right. But a freak. So you're over here worried about, is she a freak in bed? That's not, That's not what you're looking for a wife, though. I mean, I've been with some girls who were freaks too. You know, and I've been with a with a girl who's definitely been a freak. Like, okay, she's not a freak, but she was chaos. You know, so just things to weigh out, Sean. You have to keep the advice practical. So I think you're looking at the wrong things. You're over here talking about a wife and wanting a family. You're over here worried about, oh, are they a 10? They look like Angelina Jolie. Are they a freak? Like, bro, seriously? I don't know how long we're running this one. I thought about winding it down, but I could just keep it running. Yeah, you don't need chaos as a high value man, right? So my sister offered me her friend. She wanted to hook you up with her friend. She's a good character, but she wasn't going to get her. She attractive, Sean, right? Yeah, I'll stream this weekend. I'll stream this weekend. Yeah, by stocks, he didn't tell you that. Just stop. All right. The rain in London is crazy right now if you keep those trick or treaters away. Oh, Lord, David. Maybe. BMW, appreciate it. I'll keep it running a little longer, especially since you dropped a Superman. I do got to get some food though. I have a consultation call in less than 2 hours though. I do have a consultation in less than 2 hours. It is confirmed. It's already been paid for. Um, and I do got to get some more food in before then. So I'll run it a little longer though, especially since BMW dropped a super. Because I keep it running. He paid a little bit. Will you watch 2 episodes of Mr. Bean? If you drop $100 super, I'll go watch 2 episodes of Mr. Bean this weekend. I can't do it tonight. You know, I'll even screenshot a picture of me watching it on the TV if I do. But you got to drop $100 super for that. Yeah. Although I don't get the full 100 in the super, but still, let's see if he'll actually do it. I don't think he will. It'd be hilarious. I'm just upset you've never seen Mr. Bean. It just didn't seem interesting to me. 2 episodes. It's a TV show then. I know who the guy's face. He's got the face from all the memes. Does he mean to do a live reaction? No, I don't do live reactions. I worry about all sorts of stuff like copyrights and yeah. But I'd probably snap a picture and put it up on social media of it on my screen, just to show I did it. Right. I do got to get some water though. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. For instance, how many methods exist on conjugate, max effort, repetition, dynamic, and then GPP? Yeah. You, Jason, missing out. So. All right, guys, let's do it. No, Sean, I'm not gonna dedicate my free time like that for free just on a boat, dude. Not gonna happen. I value my time, man. Boom, got to stay hydrated, right? Well, I would have wound it down instead of getting stuff, but BMW Texas paid for me to stay, so I'm gonna stay on a little longer. I don't know if I have any funny Halloween stories or not, man. I mean, I've had lots of Halloweens growing up. I mean, just stuff with decorations and different Halloween parties, and I don't know, scaring trick or treaters off when we were growing up. We did. My dad did that. He thought it was fun to scare them. So we got a little older. I don't know that they're that funny though. Like, it's not really that funny, you know. For a 315 venture, how many chain weights do you recommend? 45 pounds. Francis, I'm not going to break down my math because it's too much math for me to break down. I have formulas I use for this though. So it's not so much that. So let's say, for example, you're going to do, 50% or 25% of your max in chains. For Speedworks, not unreasonable. In which case, for that, I would probably run about 35 to 40% straight weight of your max and then 25% of chains. So that's a perfect example. So let's say you wanted to run chains and you had plenty of them for dynamic. So let's say 315 is your max. I'd probably run right around 75 to 80 pounds of chains, right? And then I would probably, with that, run about 120 pounds of straight weight, 120 up to about 125 pounds of straight weight. No, I won't get any trick-or-treaters. So I'm going to know it's not kids showing up if anyone's knocking at my door. It's going to be suspect because I'm not going to have the lights on. So that's the neighborhood rule. No, Sean, there's not going to be a civil war between vegans. Just stop. There's not enough vegans for them to do anything. That's just silly. I wish those was free. To be honest, it would pay for itself in healthcare costs. Ironically, you might be right, Joe. Yeah, you might be actually right. If we're going to be perfectly honest, just want to drink its water. It's water with a little bit of artificial flavoring and a little potassium. Yeah. So yeah, Francis, hopefully that gives you a good starting point for thinking about your dynamic stuff. As long as what you're shooting for is for your average strength curve of the entire lift to be around 50%, right? So you take your average curve through the accommodating resistance. So you could do the same idea if you had less chains in that one or lighter chains. You could still normalize it. You could still figure out the average. Is there any difference in psychology? What happens from being in the upper end of the normal testosterone range versus a low dose cycle? Probably, but Joe, it's going to vary from person to person. right? Sure, but it's got to vary between different people. Jason, you think that standing up to your friends is harder than your enemies? No, not really. What do you need to stand up to your friends over? What is the problem? Why would you need to stand up to your friends? Like your friend is doing the wrong thing. Sometimes you just tell your friends, dude. Sometimes you got to let your friends know they're doing the wrong thing. If you don't, you're not a very good friend. Yeah, you have rapport with them, right? Like, bro, if your bro is messing up, you tell him. What do you mean? Like, that's easy. Like, you're not even a friend if you don't. You're not really a friend. My closest bros will call me on my BS and I'll call them on theirs. We know, we understand this. We have an understanding. Like we'll call each other on it, like straight up. And generally, my BS is nothing that the internet thinks it's about ever. My BS is always about women. Oh, as you could imagine. Yeah, you can get changed. Yeah, you'll do it there. It's very rare for men to not be open and honest with each other. Yeah. Do you ever do a lot of bands? No, generally not. I don't. I'm not saying I've never done it in the past, but usually not. Here I can get changed, but I don't like to stand up to my friends who never think they are wrong. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not even going to bother to analyze that. How big is your block list? I have no idea. Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, the likes are up and down. Oh, well, they're going to be what they are. Not much to be done about it. Not much that can be done about it. Not a big deal. Although, yeah, he liked it, so it's all good, man. I will probably be winding this down shortly, though. It varies. I usually do about a 6 hour feed window, but sometimes I have an extra protein after. So if I'm still a little hungry, sometimes at the end, I'm just now to where I just have some lean protein, a little chicken or a shake or something. It's usually my norm. All right, I think I am about to wind this down, though, guys. We're at almost 2 hours. It's been a pretty. I'll do some of these longer coming up next week. But because of my scheduling conflict today, guys already paid for the consultation. I do want to get some other food and some other things done first. All right. What I'm going to eat? I'm going to eat a cantaloupe, and I'm probably going to have some chicken and vegetables after. All right. I've already finished my brown rice and potatoes and all that for the day. Time to wind it down, there, guys. Let me give you guys a Mount Bicephalus before we go. Oh, Mount Bicephalus. And we're out.